I didn't... It's not that I thought you won't come. I just have morning shifts this week. So the time just slips by. Like, I finish work at 2 p.m. now, then start streaming. And then when I stop streaming, suddenly time goes out of its way to turn into 10 p.m. and I need to feed my fine and mighty brain rot, so my brain in the evening thinks only about that. I completely forgot about the book. But I can check it now, and I will now read it well. Show it to his boss, don't let it in the mic, that I keep them from a pity. I was just teasing you, no worries. Okay, wait. It's problematic because I mostly have this book in my native, so I have to translate it. In this version, when the prince found her on the beach, when she was naked, and she used her hair to cover herself, and I'm like, this is not how the hair works. And then, okay, he took her with him. She was feeling pain in her legs, so she was trying to go, like she was trying to walk as if she was walking in air. And everyone liked how she was walking, apparently. I guess beauty standards were alive at the time too. And in the castle, they gave her pretty dresses. And she was the most beautiful girl in the castle. And she was feeling like she could sing the most beautiful songs. Like there is like a passage about women singing songs about the prince. And she, because she was mute, she was thinking that she could sing more beautifully than every single one of them. That's one way to attract a man. Prince was treating her well, and he loved her, but not the way she wanted him to love her. He was talking to her as if she was his beloved baby, not a woman. And then there was something about the prince having to get married to the princess of the neighboring kingdom. And there is a whole passage about how Prince says that he can't marry the princess, but not because he loves the Little Mermaid, but because he thinks that the princess saved his life, and princess gave away her life to God. So he can't marry her because she dedicated her life to God. And then he told her, if I was about to marry someone, I would rather choose you. Which is like an insult fucking... That's so insulting! And of course, the Little Mermaid got sad because she realized that he thinks that the princess saved him while it was her. And then they went on a boat and they were sailing, and Prince was telling her about the sea and the depths of the sea and fishes and storms and the silence on the sea, whatever. He didn't know what he was talking about, I guess. He didn't have any topics other than sea. Which is funny because she was a mermaid, so... and she was smiling at him. Because she knew more about it than him. Not the good one, actually. And when he went to sleep, she was sitting on the... I don't know how to translate it. At the front of the ship. And then her sisters appeared. And they were looking at her with sadness because they knew everything that happened. And the little mermaid couldn't tell them how happy she was that she could see them. So the sisters left, which is sad. Not even friend zone, but kid zone. Yeah. And not only she was kid zone, but just right after she was told, I would marry you, than the princess, but only because the reason. And then they finally reached the kingdom of the princess. Apparently she was not at the castle because she was in the monastery. You know, the typical priest princess. That starts sounding like any typical manhwa with the villainess. You know, there's always like a scientist. This sounds like a scientist to me. And Little Mermaid wanted to see the princess, but couldn't. But then when she finally could see her, she thought that she never saw a more beautiful woman before. And then, of course, Prince started screaming that she is, the princess is his savior, and how happy he is to meet her. And hugged her. And then he turned around to Little Mermaid and said, aren't you as happy as me? And I'm like here, like I read this passage and I'm like, are you for real? Are you for real, man? Did you really just turn around and tell it to her face? And then the Little Mermaid felt like her heart broken too. She met the princess. But you know, the princess kinda stole her prince. And then there was a wedding. The newlyweds went to their home, and the Little Mermaid was sitting on the ship that they probably used to get to the kingdom, and was thinking about death and her immortal soul that she lost, apparently. It looks like she gave away her soul in some way to the witch. And she was thinking about her sisters and the father. Wait, I need to check. You know what? The page before, there's an entire passage about how the witch was talking to the Little Mermaid. And even the witch was like, you will be unhappy, but if you insist to lose that tail, I will do it. Like, even the witch was on her side. She literally says, you will be unhappy, but I can't convince you. I know I can't convince you. You want to get rid of your fishtail and have your immortal soul only for the prince to love you. So I guess mermaids don't have immortal souls in this story? Okay, and then the witch said, "You will turn into a human and never again will be a mermaid again. And if you don't get the heart of the prince, you will not get your immortal soul." So this is why Little Mermaid was thinking about not having that soul. So she didn't get it. There was like a clause in the contract that she had to win the prince's heart to get the soul. But if the prince marries someone else, the first day after their wedding, your heart will break in two and you will become a foam. So that makes sense now. So she was sitting on the ship in the same day the wedding was happening, or one day after, and then there were their sisters that came, all bald because they gave their hair so they could save their sister, and gave her the dagger so she could kill the prince by pushing the dagger into his heart. And if his blood fell upon her legs, she would become a mermaid again. But it looks like she loved Prince too much later on. Like, she was supposed to do it before the sun rises. But as we learned yesterday, she didn't. She saw the prince in the bed, hugging the princess, and it looks like she couldn't do it. She couldn't use the dagger to kill him, so she threw herself out the window, and I suspect, just as the sun was rising, she turned into a foam, because that was the contract. She didn't win the heart of her prince, so this was the consequence of the contract. And there is a sentence: "The mermaid don't have immortal souls," said the sisters. "But you deserve one. We will bring you where you will get one. You poor little mermaid. With all your heart you wanted that. You suffered so much. For immortal soul you worked harder than anyone else," or more like, you deserve the immortal soul more than anyone else, even more than the people who have it. There is a lot of years before you yet. A Little Mermaid sighed. But it was, I suppose it was as a poem, because there is no mention of her body. It's like written, "A little princess sighed very, very much, and then went into the air, higher and higher, where she couldn't see a sea or the boat anymore. So she turned into foam and then went into the sky." I know who was... I'm sorry, I missed one passage. It was not the sisters who told her that she deserves the immortal soul. When she threw herself from the window, she was turning into the foam, but then she was caught by the sisters of the air, like the air itself. And the sisters of the air were saying the last sentences, that she deserves immortal soul the most, that she deserves more years to live, and they took her into the heaven, I guess. That story is very Christian. Such a sad ending. I mean, sad, but more like bittersweet. Like, at the end, she became the foam, but I guess she earned a place in heaven at the same time, because someone recognized that she put everything into it. Wait, now I have to wash my hands, because that book is very dusty.
Now Ozurama are a common sight in the city. And a common sound, too. They sure bicker a lot.
You know why I can't live down their name? Because Oseram sounds very similar to a Polish word that means basically shitting, like in a toilet. and I can't live it down.
What table is? Yeah, not only I'm back. Not only the princess was in a monastery, but also the siren got into heaven. And there was this entire thing about the immortal soul, which I needed to check backwards. Like, maybe I should make it into a content. Like reading Hans Christian Andersen's stories on stream. Me bumbling and trying to translate from Polish to English. I didn't even notice what clip was going on. They are kinda randomly popping up. Yeah, today I was catching up with Dislyte. Yesterday we played Wuthering Waves. Last week I caught up with Honkai Star Rail. And I don't know if you play any of those. Like, I know Voidy plays a lot of competitive games, like Valorant. I am not really that competitive player. I was considering playing Marvel's, like, you know, that new game with the superheroes. But I am not really good at MOBA games. You know, multiplayer arena games. I suck at those. I suck at PvP in general. I go in MMO to PvP zones only when I need something from PvP rewards. And it usually ends with me going there to die a lot and come back. Wait, I got some weird rewards. 60... Oh, it was the clip from Horizon Zero Dawn where the word means shitting. Ah! Because there's an entire tribe, Oseram, and in Polish this is very not cool word. Which is very on point clip because I was reading in Polish the Christian Andersen, so I really had to turn my English up to properly translate it for you. And I was still kinda stumbling over the sentences because I was reading and translating at the same time. Ah, so this is for you! You're some special Esper or something? I'm not really into gacha games, but I wanted to come by and say hi. Ah, yeah. I play them mostly for story because whatever we can say about gacha and how predatory they are, most of them have really cool stories though. I could play them even if I didn't get any characters, to be honest. I didn't know they would put Seek on the banner, and it is some kind of special banner. Even the currency is different, and it's for 20 days only. Ether Disc. A limited time disc from the Ethereal Void. It can only be used during the Nocturne Echoes event. When the event ends, unused Ether Disc will be converted into the same number of gold records. I was actually hoping they would make him into a playable character, because in this specific game, he was actually the first character that we met, and he had a really tragic end, and I was always wondering, did he survive or did he die, you know? And it looks like they turned him into some new type of Esper that was created more like artificially. Like in this game, every person gets powers from the gods, from various mythologies. Ah. Right. That was because the mic was not working properly. How to fix that now? Last time I fixed it. I can see it. I don't know if I fixed it. Because it was disconnected before. And I fixed it before, but now I disconnected it for something I was doing and I forgot to connect it back when I was streaming. And because I connected it during the stream, there was something going on in the background that broke everything. It's also annoying because that weird sound in the background appears out of nowhere. And when someone doesn't tell me, I don't know that it's in the background. Okay, so what I was talking about? Yeah, that this game is specifically is about people getting powers from mythological gods. And there's like people who also do research how to make espers stronger, weaker, create artificial espers. There's entire like civilization that used to have espers, but they fell, and the only thing left from them are ruins and tablets, ancient tablets, like ancient Egyptian tablets specifically. So this guy is artificially made. He is lucky that he survived what happened to him. It's okay, I didn't say anything at first because I thought it was a fan running or some noise from out. No, it was not the fan. It was the mic. And it's not specifically like the mic itself. It's not the mic that is broken. It's the sound settings in the Windows that are broken. Last time I fixed it by switching from 48 Hz to 41 Hz. That was what fixed it last time. So it's all up to the sound settings and how they trigger. Anyway, I was doing story last time, but I could only do 25% of the story. Okay, I'm going. Hey, I just were here. I will come back to you later. Be calm. This is already a second time. I thought it was fixed for real, but it looks like me disconnecting the cable kinda messed with the settings. So, last time I was doing the story, I was able to do it till 25%. But then it turned out that I have to waste a specific amount of points in the shop to be able to unlock more of the story. So I had to earn the currency first via in-game stuff. Anyway, I don't even remember what was the last part, what we were doing. There was... I remember now. There was a concert of this character with pink hair, and there was something weird going on during the concert. Something dangerous. Out of tune. And the Disc Boom is a character like a mascot of this game, and apparently they try to incorporate her into the canon storyline now. They made the Disc Boom enter like some kind of mind space, sound space to discover what's wrong. Confusion, anxiety, anger. A wave of complex emotions hits Disc Boom as she steps into the room. Tricky appears in his adult form, and Eira, now a Meta-Esper, storms toward him. Why did you keep me trapped here? What? No, that was never my intention. Really? But the room, the shit music, they're all things you pushed on me, aren't they? I only wanted for you to have a better chance at a career in music. This guy has the power of Loki, the god of mischief. I don't want anyone's pity. This isn't pity, Eira. I truly want to see you succeed as a musician. Stop trying to control me with your one-sided ideas. Calm down, both of you. Caught up in their emotions, Eira and Tricky do not even notice Disc Boom, standing right next to them. As the argument escalates, the DJ world begins to distort. How can you say that? I've been supporting your dream all this time. And you have been wasting your talent on meaningless things. What do you mean by meaningless? I happen to love my work at the Esper Union. I needed your understanding and support, not to be shackled by your regrets. Wait, this isn't why we brought him here. Why is the situation getting worse? Anger, frustration, unease. Their emotional waves are too intense. I thought they were childhood friends who cared the most for one another. I don't get it. They could just talk it out, but instead they're blaming and talking past each other. This boom tries to suppress the chaos rising inside, but a burst of static floods her mind. Ugh. My head, it hurts. Something is wrong. Boom boom, we need to find the source of the corruption. You're unwell. Maybe we should leave the DJ world for now. No, we must stay and protect it. Before Eira went on stage, she complained that Tricky was late, but she didn't seem angry. Tricky had just arrived after an unexpected delay. Out of all the people there, he cared about Eira's performance the most. It's indeed quite strange. They had no reason to fight, so why is the hard disk so heavily corrupted? The true source of the corruption must be somewhere else. This boom toughs it out and searches the piano room for anything out of the ordinary. The old sheet music on the piano catches her eye. Strange, blue notes shimmer on the yellowed sheet, radiating an ominous energy. Blue notes! As this boom reaches out to the sheet music, static urge surges through her head. Ugh, my head hurts. The notes are traces of divine power. I'm not sure of it. Someone has tampered with the sheet music. Wait, I read it wrong. I'm sure of it. Someone tampered with the sheet music. The residue is still strong. Whoever did it is still nearby. This boom purifies the sheet music with her divine power, then searches the piano room. Her search fails to find anything suspicious. A few Miramon, drawn by the emotions, scatter toward the room. Obviously. We have been spotted by the master of the DJ world. Watch out, this boom! Eira, Tricky, snap out of it! Why isn't it working? I already purified the sheet music. How many times must I explain it to you? I'm sick and tired of your explanations. Rage bursts forth like molten lava, consuming Tricky and Eira, burning away all their emotions. This boom struggles to suppress the wrath. She forces herself to stay calm and search for a solution. I've purified the source of the corruption, but how do I calm them down? Right, the sheet music! This boom pulls out her DJ console and tries to read the old sheet music. As she twists the knobs on the console, music flows through the room like a gentle stream and the twisted, noisy DJ world begins to settle. The soft piano calms Eira and Tricky like a gentle breeze. What happened to me? Why was I so upset? Thank goodness you have finally come to your senses. So they were controlled by something. I like playing this game also because they have like specific songs for most of the espers. Each has their own songs, and the entire game has its own radio, and every song is a banger. Placing it together. There is no time to explain. Our strong emotions have attracted a special kind of Miramon. I need to stabilize the DJ world with my divine power. Please deal with the Miramon! You got it. Leave it to us. Quite the interesting outfit in this game. Eira had different, more 80s style clothes before, but now she's a Meta Esper. Meta Espers are a new type of Esper that appear when they pass a trial, kind of. Like, there are those places called miracles, and if they pass the trial of the miracle, they can become a Meta Esper.
If you want to take the other side of my bet, prepare to lose.
But Tricky's clothes are the same. The Tricky's are his regular Esper form clothes. I guess he's just the fashion queen. Emiramon lunges at Tricky from the shadows. Eira reacts just in time and drives it back. You alright? Eira offers her hand to the winded, kneeling Tricky. He hesitates for a bit, then takes her hand. I'm fine, I'm sorry you had to see that. Yeah, he even has tattoos. He kinda looks like Joker, to be honest, and he even has like a cane with skulls on it. Come on now, after all we have been through. I thought you didn't want to see me again. I've never said anything of the sort. What made you think that? I'm clueless when it comes to music and I have no connections in the industry. The only thing I could offer was financial help. So you are rich now? Because they used to be poor orphans, so now he is rich, I guess. When you became an OPS chief of the Esper Union, I feared you would give up on your music career. Esper Union is like an organization, kinda like Justice League in DC. But as you have seen, I'm perfectly capable of balancing my duties and my dream. I know. The truth is, I'm the one who is stuck in the past. I know too well what poverty does to a person, and I put all my hopes in you because of that. Watching you shine on stage through your hard work, I sometimes wonder if you would still succeed even without me. If that's true, then all my efforts all these years would have been for nothing. Whenever you make a bold choice and keep moving forward, it makes me feel all the more powerless. Perhaps what I'm really afraid of isn't you giving up music, but you not needing me anymore. Aww. That's kinda sweet, but at the same time very reminiscent of many men. At least he didn't go alpha male at it. He just wants to be useful. He just wants to be like, feel like he matters. Oh. Matters in her life, I guess. Has some impact. Do you really think I could have made it without you? I've been able to focus on my dream because I always knew that wherever I went, there would be someone out there always supporting me without fail. You're that someone, Tricky. That she has to say that. You are dumb, Tricky. You are dumb. Dumbo. Idiot. In love, I guess. I suspect this is some kind of romance here. I'm sorry, I joined the Esper Union because I wanted to help people, but I've ignored the feelings of the person closest to me. The dissonant noise in the digi world fades away as soft white light gently wraps around Eira and Tricky. Eira is now in her stage outfit, elegant and poised, while Tricky appears once more as a young boy. This is kinda sweet, yeah it is. They were childhood friends, I guess this is about them. I'm the one who should apologize. I shouldn't have shackled you with my expectations. See, this is how you should deal with problems. Apologize. Friends don't need to keep apologizing. What matters is that we understand one another again. They are friends, not lovers. In the distance, Disc Boom and Boom Boom smile as the childhood friends reconcile. I guess what we are seeing is not the romantic type of love, but the type of love that connects two people in a different way. Like Greeks had 7 types of love, and I am trying to think about if this is agape or it's different, because agape was like encompassing, unconditional, soulmate-like love, which in our society soulmates are actually romantic, so you know that doesn't seem to fit well here. Maybe more the type of love like between a family, because childhood friends could be like a family too. They have finally made up. They still act like kids. This Boom exhales deeply and gives Boom Boom a quiet high five. The hard disk's music is once again harmonious. This Boom realizes she has accomplished her mission in the DJ world. But this is not the end of the story, because there is more people in this on this concert. Chasing Shadows. Wow, you are really well read. I'm impressed. What do you mean, well read? I mean, when you go to school in my country, and every school, like when I was going to school, we still had 3 separate schools. Primary, secondary, and high school. Now there's only primary and high school. They removed secondary completely. So they kinda squished the years they had in secondary into the primary. So when I was going to school, every single history classes in every of those schools started from ancient Greece. So at some point, you kinda get information because of that. Like, you have primary school starting from ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. Then you have secondary school starting from ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. And then you have high school starting from ancient Greece and ancient Egypt. And the same goes for our language lessons, because our language lessons were also kind of structured in this way that we started from the start of history and then we're going into the future. So every school also started with our native language lessons starting from ancient Greece. It means knowledgeable. I mean, at first I read well read, like you were impressed with my reading skills, but then I thought about it second time and I was like, aha, so you mean knowledge. So you didn't have to specify. I realized just with a few seconds delay. But yeah, there was like, in ancient Greece, there were like 7 types of love. They had 7 different words for 7 different types of love. And they had like separate love for platonic, separate for family, separate for lovers, separate love for only bodily contact, like the sexual desires. And they had also the all-encompassing, unconditional love called agape, which often is described as love between soulmates as well, but in our society it's not applicable because we kinda moved soulmates into the romance territory, so it kinda doesn't work that way anymore. Okay. Why did I get timed out? Did you use any symbols in the previous message? My stream element says the reason was too many symbols. It doesn't like many symbols, like you can only use 2 at a time. If you put 3 3 exclamation marks it already doesn't like it. And I don't know how to turn it off, to be honest. No, just punctuation. So, did you use 3 dots? Three dots, 3 exclamation marks, 3 question marks, or mix of them, like in a sequence. Then I don't know. Blame the stream elements. Beat it for this disgraceful display. But I still see your messages on my Restream chat. So I guess it timed you out for the message, oh, okay, haha. Which doesn't make sense because you wrote oh, comma, okay, comma, haha, dot. I don't get it. I do blame it, not you, don't worry. I don't know why it's it decided that that message was wrong. It doesn't make sense. Back in the real world, Disc Boom explains what happened in the DG world to the speechless Eira and Tricky. You're telling me that Tricky and I had a massive fight and made up and all of this happened in the DG world? I don't get it. I didn't feel a thing. What even is the DG world anyway? Ordinary folks can't enter or perceive the DG world, but we're constantly influenced by it. I'm being penalized for proper writing. That's one way to put it. Stream Elements needs to go to school. In short, the DG world is built from human emotion. It's ruled by Phobetor, the guardian of the Sonic Miracle. Okay, they definitely are trying to insert Disc Boom into the canon storyline now. Because she started as kind of like... At the start of this game, she was kind of like... just existing as a mascot. She didn't even have any lore. But I guess they are trying to... They added a lot of stuff to this game, so now she kinda became canonized, I guess. Because she doesn't have powers from any... I don't remember her having powers from any mythological god. So she was not really fitting the general vibe. Because every other Esper in this world has powers from... god from any mythologies. They have Greek mythology, they have Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology, Japanese mythology, Chinese mythology. They have also Mesopotamian mythology. Disc Boom. Wait, I'm googling. They have a lot of mythologies actually, which is nice because you feel like even your country's mythology could be included at that point. Disc Boom is the only Esper with an unclear mythological origin, having no declared source of her power. She is said to have some form of amnesia, not recalling anything from before the arrival of the miracle. The same goes for Boom Boom, her companion. So she is like Paimon. Nobody knows what is her deal. Huh? Why is the DG world ruled by a miracle guardian? Doesn't that make it super dangerous? Not exactly. Vtuber is a unique guardian. It gains power by feeding on negative emotions and usually stays pretty weak. But when people harbor strong negative emotions, their hard disks made of memories and emotions become corrupted. Vtuber and the Miramon inside the DG world are drawn by these emotions and interfere with the outside world. My divine power enables me to use music to awaken memories, dispel negative feelings, and purify corrupted hard disks. Then why do you have amnesia? Can't you do that for yourself? Our secret duty is to protect everyone's hard disks. Up until now, only people who sit on the Union Hub Council knew of my secret. However, this was an unusual situation. I had to tell you so that you will be alert in the future. I see, but honestly, I didn't feel anything strange. That's because it all took place in the DG world. People don't usually notice what happens there. Nevertheless, your situation was different. What happened? Your negative emotions weren't that intense, nor was your conflict. But your hard disk became entangled and severely corrupted in the DG world. I suspect someone intentionally amplified your emotions and conflict. Are you saying someone deliberately corrupted our hard disks? That's what I am inclined to believe, but who was it? Boom Boom and I have no clue. You said that you can use music to awaken memories and dispel negative emotions. How exactly does that work? That's part of my divine power. I can purify hard disks in the DG world, but in the real world, my divine power ceases to function. I have to manage my emotions on my own. Aha, okay. That's very not cool. This Boom doesn't just have to live with her own emotions, she also clears up everyone else's in the DG world. Isn't she amazing? Haha, it took me a long time to go from controlling my own emotions to purifying hard disks. My divine power is both a gift and a curse. I sense divine waves that ordinary folks can't. I have to wear a pair of special headphones at all times to mitigate the effect. They really are expanding on this character in this update. This Boom taps her headphones and shrugs. After my parents passed away, I fell into void. Life lost all color and I couldn't feel a thing. She had depression! Wandering and lost, I turned on the radio and heard a jazz track. Suddenly the memories came flooding back. I was overwhelmed by a surge of emotions, joy and pain. That was when I realized how powerful music was. It doesn't just summon memories, it also stirs emotion. Or perhaps music itself is emotion, feelings in living form, one that carries memories. Interesting, because in Genshin Impact what carries memories is something completely else. Stories, for example. Genshin Impact, I recently were watching Ashikai's new theory and it stuck with me how she described human soul and human life as a type of story and that memories are carried in those stories and can be used to forge a soul in Genshin actually. And this Dislyte world has music as a conduit of emotion and memories instead, which technically also falls into the category of storytelling because music is also a form of storytelling, just different. That's very deep. It took me a long time to learn to accept and live with all these emotions. I lost my parents too. Not even time can heal a pain so intense. You're incredible. Yep, this Boom is the most determined person I've ever met. Did every Esper in this world lose their parents? Like, that reminds me about my university classes when we were asked to write a screenplay. And we had a group made from 12 people, and when teacher asked us about our ideas, basically most of the people in the group said that the parents of their protagonists were dead, and when the teacher asked us why we killed them, we couldn't give a proper reason, which kinda made me think about that later on in life, that we have a tendency to remove characters that impede what we want to say, you know, when our character is young, is a teenager, then we remove the parents, so parents couldn't get in the way of the storytelling, so we killed them off. And also, vast majority of our group was raised on stories in which protagonists lost their parents. Like Luke Skywalker, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson. Happy childhood? Never heard of it. You have a point there. Yeah, that kinda made me think that we have intrinsic bias already in our hearts, and that's why we keep repeating the same thing. Yep, this boom is the most determined person I ever met. Thanks, both of you, but let's get back to the point. We need to find out who corrupted your hard disks. Ugh. Are you alright? I've been having headaches since I arrived. I can feel something affecting me. Hang in there. I'll contact the union for support. Eira and Tricky help this boom over to a bench. Just as Eira is about to set off, she stops in her track. This boom, if you felt like your own emotions were overflowing, what would you do? This boom pauses, as she has never considered such a scenario. She quickly regains her smile. There is no need to worry. I've always been careful to manage my emotions to avoid this kind of situation. Besides, I am a musician. I let things out by composing new pieces. Oh. Thanks for contacting the union on my behalf. Go now, I'll be fine. This one smiles and gives a thumbs up. Eira runs to catch up with Tricky. Huh. I get a suspicious feeling that she is not doing fine. At least not as fine as she claims. Everyone is a self-sacrificial lamb. Like one of the characters that is also a self-sacrificial lamb is a guy that has powers of Zeus. His name is Gaius, he's a black man, and he obviously is like a typical hero and would kill himself to save everyone else. And of course he worries everyone around him because no, Gaius, stop it. You can't just go and die. Which is more healthy approach than most of the superhero genre, you know. I noticed that superhero genre likes to glorify a sacrificial death, which is not healthy. Amidst the chaos, Discboom hears laughter and sobbing. Swirling emotions tear at her mind. It's so loud, my head hurts. Try my new invention, it will help. Someone gently places a pair of headphones over her ears and the noise instantly vanishes. The world is quiet once more. Disboom touches the headphones and remembers how Meredith custom built them for her to block Divine Wave. I will prove myself to the world! Mona? Am I in the Digi world? This boom reaches out and purifies Mona's negative emotions. As Mona's hard disk stabilizes, this boom feels at peace. I will bring my sister back. This must be Louis' hard disk. This boom touches the hard disk to cleanse it of the corruption. Negative emotions appear before her one after another. She raises her hands and purifies each hard disk she sees. As time passes, maintaining balance in the Digiworld has become a part of Discboom's daily life. I'm tired. Discboom exhales deeply. When the emotions of others crash over her like a tidal wave, she feels helpless and stranded. No, you can't give up, Discboom. Only you can accomplish this mission. Discboom taps herself on the cheeks, trying to stay sharp. Her reflection in the mirror stares back at her. She sees a depressed, joyless face, her own. I mean, she said that she had depression when her parents died, and depression is uncurable. When was the last time I smiled? Discboom forces a smile with her fingers. In her mind, she sees Eira and Tricky arguing. I'm glad they made up in the end. Come to think of it, it's been a while since I argued with anyone. I kind of envy the bond they have. Discboom snaps out of it and realizes there is no one around but her reflection in the mirror. Huh, sus. Thank goodness it was just a dream. I can't let anyone see me like this. Someone chuckles from the corner of the room. I'm not sure whether you're pitiful or just plain pathetic. Hey, isn't that the guy that she hit on the way to the venue, and after that she started getting headaches? Who is there? A cloaked figure steps forward. Discboom recognizes them, the masked man from backstage. Why do you bother purifying their hard disks? You're already being crushed by your own emotions. They are my friends, and friends help one another. You're more naive than I expected. Did you really think that you could protect everyone on your own? I can't tell whether you're an idealist or just stupid. I guess they're about to touch upon the touch upon the subject of superheroes who think they can do everything alone, which is also not healthy. Who are you? What are you doing in the Digiworld? The man in black answers with a laugh and pulls out the trophy. The crystal blaze, how did you get that? How I got it doesn't matter. What matters is that I can unleash its full potential. Has it ever occurred to you that Abigail the Fool is wasting this pure Nexus crystal by turning it into a mere trophy? What do you mean? Nexus crystals are natural divine wave resonators, but they lose most of their effects if removed from a miracle. The crystal blaze is an exception. It's a natural amplifier, able to project divine waves farther than ever. It can take my control over people's emotions to the next level. Yeah, I can see it. about now? It looks like to fix it completely I would have to restart the computer, so I can only manage the symptoms. Okay, it can take my control over people's emotions to the next level. You're the one who corrupted Eira's and Tricky's hard disk. Why? I simply guided the negative emotions inside them. You can't possibly blame me for something of their own doing. Just who the hell are you? Aren't we in your dream? Perhaps I'm just one of your countless negative emotions. You're always fixing other people's problems, but are you really so emotional yourself? Oh, maybe you're just a hollow shell, living through the struggles of others. I guess this boom is getting a therapy. The man's words send a chill down this boom's spine. She turns around tense. What the fuck is that? A massive eye stares down at her. It's Bobetor. What's the master of the Digi world doing here? Wait, isn't this my dream? Ha! Is that so? I should have done the evil laughter instead. Sweat soaks Disboom's clothes. Her heart races in full-blown panic. It's as if her brain is being jabbed by needles. Something is off. Was all that really just a dream? Are you sure you're okay? You don't look well. Sig! Bryn! Sig! Bryn! Cheers erupt from the crowd. Disboom feels like her head is splitting open, but she forces herself up and heads for the stage. Something is not right. But what? Wait for me! Na 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 na. Sig and Bryn. Bryn. Siegfried. Siegfried. His name is funny. Because in my country his name is given to old men. And it's written different. Na na na. Na 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 na. Siegbryn! 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 The crowd erupts in applause as Sig and Bryn starts to play. How do you write it? Disboom spots the man in black hiding at the edge of the stage, quietly raising the crystal blaze. Watch out! A massive shockwave hits, knocking Disboom and Boom Boom unconscious. Disboom wakes up and finds herself still at the burning Beat Fest, but something about the people around her feels off. The crowd is still cheering for Zeke and Bryn, but they all appear to be emotionless, their expressions blank. Standing on the stage, Bryn does not notice anything unusual. Sig Bryn! Sig Bryn! I like Bryn's design. She's getting powers of the Valkyrie. She's not technically a god, but also at the same time they do appear in Norse mythology, so they count. She even has wings. What's going on? Why does everyone look so lifeless? Wait, I am in the DG world. Another entangled pair of hard disks. They seem to belong to Zeke and Bryn. Disc Boom looks toward the stage and sees Bryn up there by herself. An energetic song starts. Bryn hesitates for a moment, then nervously strums her guitar. You have got this. You can do it. Something is not right. Boom Boom, we need to find the source of the corruption. Aye! Ignoring the lifeless crowd, Disc Boom strides straight to Bryn. Are you okay, Bryn? Where is Sieg? Why isn't he with you? Sieg, oh, he's not here. It's fine. I can handle this by myself. Bryn avoids eye contact, beds of sweat trickling down her forehead. Are you sure you're okay? Yes, I'm fine. You're not fine. I can do it. You can't. I'll prove to Sieg that I can handle things on my own. Bryn shakes off Disc Boom's hand and takes a step back. Don't you underestimate me! I can do it! Wow. Issues? That was nice. Bryn nervously plays her guitar, ignoring Disc Boom and Boom Boom. What's gotten into her? I sense clashing emotions inside her: anxiety, fear, confusion, stubbornness. Her hard disk is unstable. She thinks Sieg left because she wasn't strong enough. What do we do? Her hard disk has been corrupted. Sieg must be nearby. We have to find him. Now that we know someone is deliberately corrupting hard disks, we need to find the source and stop the culprit. Bryn strums her guitar hard, sending chaotic violet notes swirling around the stage. Here goes nothing. Disc Boom falls to the floor as Bryn plays. Ugh. Are you alright? You have pushed yourself way too hard. I'll be fine. We are the only ones who can help them now. Boom Boom looks at Disc Boom worriedly and gently adjusts her headphones. As the music resumes, a shadow darts under the cover of the violet noise. Over there! You're not going anywhere. To be continued. Yeah, this is the moment when the first part ends. But we should be able to access the second part already. Yeah, the second part was unlocked today, I think. Lumengodenzer. So this part had 10 parts, and I assume this one also will have 10. Hopefully we won't get stopped by anything this time. Disc Boom follows the man in black backstage. The environment around her twists in bizarre ways, eventually transforming into a laboratory. The empty hallway is lined with opaque glass chambers, their metal doors and eerie cyan lightning deafening, whatever. The unsettling atmosphere causing Disc Boom and Boom Boom to shudder. Where in the depths of hell are we? We are seeing someone's memory in the DG world. I wouldn't be surprised by anything. Yep, this is the DG world after all. I feel like the music doesn't suit this setting. Disc Boom quietly reassures the uneasy Boom Boom and herself in the process. Looking at the empty chambers and discarded syringes on the floor, Disc Boom is gripped by fear and pain. The people trapped here, what became of them? Disc Boom is weighted down by her emotions, finding herself hard to breathe. It's as if her heart is being squeezed. Courage, Disc Boom. You're their only hope. Clinging to Disc Boom's shoulder, Boom Boom's eyes dart nervously around as they search the laboratory. What is that? This Boom approaches the glass chamber and Boom Boom is pointing to that Boom Boom is pointing to. It appears to be in operation, though covered in a thick layer of dust. She gently waves it away. Brewster! This Boom knocks on the glass, trying to wake Brewster, but he remains unresponsive, like a lifeless doll. Boom Boom nervously hides behind her. This Boom, I'm scared. It's okay, what you're seeing are fragments of memories in the DG world. They're not real. Looks like Brewster didn't interact with him in the lab. But whose memory is this? I would assume that it belongs to Zeke. The Union's records indicate Zeke spent quite some time in a Shadows lab. This place likely holds his most repressed memories. Then Zeke must be somewhere in the lab, right? Yeah, we need to find him. They follow the corridor deeper into the laboratory and find Zeke in a corner, facing away from them. Zeke continues to face the wall, as if he didn't hear this Boom at all. You can hear me, right, Zeke? As this Boom continues to try to get Zeke's attention, he finally turns around, his expression cold and distant. Go away. Bryn is still waiting for you on stage. Weren't you going to perform with her? Bryn is not well. She needs you. I can't help her. Zeke looks away, turning back to face the wall again. Please come back with me. Zeke lets out a long sigh and turns around again, visibly annoyed. What's it got to do with you? Mind your own business. Don't be an asshole, please. What's wrong with you? How many times must I say no? Why do you insist on meddling in other people's affairs? You have been pushing yourself too hard. I would stop worrying about others if I were you. But this Boom wants to explain, but finds herself unable to say anything. Even she isn't sure why she clings so tightly to her mission of purifying corrupted hard disks. Is it a sense of duty, kindness, friendship? What does she have to gain from all this? A voice inside her head tells her to stop. This Boom turns away from Zeke and resumes searching the room. Are you okay? I'm fine. I know Zeke isn't himself. His hard disk has been corrupted. This Boom forces a faint smile. She recalls the man in black she saw near the stage and feels a growing sense of unease. We must find the source of the corruption fast. I fear we are running out of time. Zeke's secret. Yeah, the music is definitely not working. There shouldn't be a music for this part. Oof! The static within the DG world intensifies, giving this Boom a throbbing headache. Zeke continues standing silently in the corner, facing the wall. You look unwell, this Boom. Maybe we should leave the DG world so you can recover. No, I saw the person who stole the crystal blaze near the stage. Even if we leave, we'll have to face him back in the real world. Besides, he can still tamper with people's hard disks. Here in the DG world, I am the only one who can purify them. Fine. Just promise you'll tell me if you can't hold on anymore. Don't push yourself too hard. I promise. This Boom wipes sweat from her brow and continues investigating the laboratory with Boom Boom. A research document with an unusual cover catches their attention. It's a record of experiments the Shadows conducted on Sieg? This Boom opens the file. What she reads chills her to the core. Entry 1. Body part, arms, severity, minor injury. Results, bleeding. Wound exhibits regenerative healing, status alive. Entry 2. Body part, abdomen. Severity, severe injury. Results, heavy bleeding, extended time required for regenerative healing, status alive. Entry 3. Body part, thoracic cavity. Severity, fatal injury. Results, loss of consciousness, time required for regenerative healing significantly prolonged, status alive. Are these the experiments they conducted on Sieg? This Boom feels extremely disturbed and cannot bring herself to keep reading the brutal records, flipping straight to the conclusion on the last page. Repeated experiments confirm that no matter the severity of injury, the subject's body always recovers on its own. Conclusion: the subject possesses an extremely rare divine power, immortality. What? Was it part of the original story? I don't remember, that was ages ago. Is this Sieg's divine power? Immortality. They made him endure unimaginable suffering because of his power. No one deserves to be treated this cruelly. Perhaps Sieg is better off without memories of his past. As this Boom is shocked by the disturbing discoveries, a shadowy figure looms behind her. Why are you still here? Get out! Sieg's sudden appearance sends a chill down this Boom's spine. His cold gaze radiates immense pressure. Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude on your privacy, but... Sieg grabs the file from this Boom and points to the exit. Out! I know you must be feeling... Get out! I won't ask you again! No! I'm not leaving, this is a memory, it's not real! You won't remember any of this when you wake up! I'm sorry, but I have to find the source of the corruption. I will save you and Bryn. This Boom ignores Sieg and continues searching through the records. Why are you so unwilling to see Bryn? Aren't you best friends? You have already discovered my secret. Why would you even ask that? Those close to me always end up in danger. The closer they are, the worse it is, especially for Bryn. Zeke clenches his fists. Even though this Boom can't see his expression, she feels the pain in his voice. You keep your distance from Bryn because you don't want her to get hurt again? Losing myself, being controlled by someone else, I never want to be in that situation again. You wouldn't get it. Bryn is special. She has saved me more times than I can count. It comforts me to see her find new friends and a place to call home in the Union. Being with someone like me would only put her in danger. You're wrong about that. I've heard enough, leave me. Man. This is the only conclusion I have here. Man. Men are so annoying in their self-imposed crucifixions. Zeke shoves this Boom out of the laboratory, causing her to lose her balance and plummet downward. This Boom! Boom Boom dives after her and grabs her hand. This Boom shuts her eyes, fighting back the fear. Courage, this Boom, courage for your friend. You're in the Digi world, a place made of memories. Oh, ouch, you wound me. No disrespect to men. I am just commenting on the some of them. Like, did you notice that in many mediums, men are usually the ones who have issues that they can't deal with on their own? and need to be often helped by others, especially women, because why should they go to therapy when they can ask a random woman to save them? I'm just teasing. But what I said is true, just go to therapy. When it comes to media, it's far more common for female characters to do so-called emotional labor for the sake of the male characters than the other way around. It's only different in games in which you, as the player, play the role, because you can usually pick the gender you play, and usually the player's responsibility in many games in which you have companions and a mission is to do the emotional work for your companions, like in BG3, where you do emotional labor for Astarion, for Gale, for Shadowheart, for Karlach, for Will, for Lae'zel. You do emotional labor for all of them. You're saving them from themselves. Or you don't do anything and they fall. Well, that's kind of the reality. Men in general have bad mental health. They do. The issue is they never ask what's the reason. They never sit down and say, yeah, patriarchal society hurt me, I should deal with it somehow, go to therapy, fix my masculinity and my problems. No, usually their only conclusion is that woman is to blame for my problem. Which is not fair. This is also why modern feminists, the fourth wave intersectional ones like me, say that patriarchal society hurts everyone, not only women, not only minorities, not only queer people, but also men. Coming back to the story, none of this is real. Clinging together, Disc Boom and Boom Boom plunge deeper into the Digi world. What is that? Feeling something soft on her back, Disc Boom opens her eyes to herself lying on a warm, worn-out sofa. Am I in a bar? It's hard. There's a lot of pressure put on men to be strong and unemotional. They are pushed away when they are try to express feelings. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, because the thing that is putting this pressure is the society. And other men, instead of trying to challenge it, they fall into that logic and try to push it on every other man, including themselves. So they put this expectation on themselves and then go around and put the same expectation of every other man. And that's why it's a problem. Because if you don't, I often say go to therapy, but the truth is that if you don't want help, if you are not ready to get help, therapy won't help you. That's the crux of the issue. That you have to want to get help. And you need to want to go to therapy so it would work. You can't just be sent there. Because usually when you're forcefully sent to therapy, it doesn't help you because you don't want to be there. And you are sabotaging yourself when someone tries to force you to go to therapy. So you have to be in a mental space to accept that you are fucked up and you need help and you need therapy. Probably therapists won't tell you that your problems stem from the society, because most of the psychologists I met never heard of the concept of patriarchal society putting expectations on us and fucking us up. Like, my therapist couldn't understand my struggles with the society. She was trying to find another reason that society being fucked up. Like, queer phobia stems from where? Society. What I can do to fix it? Nothing. I can spread awareness, talk to people, try to show them that I am a human being that deserves respect. But will it change the world? No. Probably not, but it's worth trying, I guess. But how much time it will take to change the society, I don't know. Maybe I will be 80 and finally be able to marry someone of the same sex in this country. Anyway, the issue is the society. Oh yeah, I'm so glad things are starting to change. I've heard all too many horror stories from older people. Where they change, they change. Where they don't change it, they don't change. And in some places, they change for the worse. Did you saw America right now? Trying not to. It's a little too close. Well, in my country, we don't have anti-discriminatory laws that include queer people. We have anti-discriminatory laws in regard to religion and not being able to be discriminated against because of your gender, but it usually is about women and men. Stuff like those. But the queer stuff weren't added. There were some talks to add it recently. I don't know when it will be added. We have a Nazi party in the parliament that tries to bullshit that they are only about the economy, which is not true. And they are getting tons of support, which is scary because I don't want to live in the second, Third Reich. Especially considering that my country was the one that was attacked by Third Reich. So, you know, I don't want to live in one. And it's annoying that I understand the lesson from the past of the Holocaust, but my people who should understand it as best as me don't. Like, the only lesson they understood is Germans were evil because they attacked us. Not because they attacked people, not because they were discriminatory and bigoted, no, because they attacked us. It's like having a crazy neighbor. I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. This is the reality I live in, and we have to do everything in our power to stop it. Actually, we have a second round of elections this Sunday. So I will be going to keep the Nazis away from power. Still, the most annoying thing is that in my country, every leftist idea is considered to be a propaganda, some paradise thinking, a stupid idea of the left. And it's kind of annoying because most of those things like are basics, like you shouldn't be an asshole to queer people simply because you don't get them. This is a basic thing. I don't understand how people can have a problem with something so basic and simple. Good luck, I hope things get better for you. Me too. Because like I said, if they don't get better, then I will be 80 years old before anything good happens in this country. And I don't want to be that old and see progress, because how long I will live to see it unfold. And when I look at America, I am like, okay, they had a good few years and now they're going backwards. So, what are the odds that some country will become progressive and then in 10 years will go backward? We have to figure out the way how to enshrine some things in law in a way that they can't be taken away later. Like, there is like main issue I noticed in a lot of countries that they get progressive, but then many of those things can be taken away because they are not enshrined properly in a way that they can't be taken away, you know? Coming back to the storyline, unlike the cold laboratory in Zeke's memory, everything in the bar seems hazy yet warm, bringing a sense of comfort to the two. They exchange smiles as they see a pair of guitars resting next to the counter. This must be a shared memory between Bryn and Sieg. I wonder if Sieg brought us here on purpose. It doesn't matter, there must be something important to him here. As they walk to the center of the bar, Discbomb is hit by a familiar wave of dizziness. That can backfire though, that also leaves the door open for negative laws to get enshrined too. I mean, I know. The idea is to figure out a way to enshrine things that are not harmful, like basic human rights, you know? That you can only enshrine things that don't hurt other people, you know? If it's even possible. Because as we know it, humans can fuck up everything. Like, there are some things that are so basic that they should be considered basic always, like right to bodily autonomy, a right to loving who you love, right to marriage, right to having kids, right to having a job, right to having a roof over your head, right to access to food and water, you know, basic stuff. Like, we not only need a system which will help us keep those basic stuff always protected, you know, but at the same time we need something that will be able to determine which laws and ideas are harmful for other people and why such things shouldn't be protected, like for example the right to kill another person because you dislike them or to kill entire group because you dislike them. Like, there should be like some kind of thing, you know? I don't know what, I don't know how, I don't know how can it be done, how it can be written so it would work, because I know that we as humans have talent to exploit the plot holes in everything that's written, so I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I would say that's the true human nature. We screw up whatever we touch. Exactly. That's why even democracy is not a perfect system. Because despite the fact that on paper it says that we have to respect the rights of minorities and stuff, initially democracy can be really oppressive. Because when the majority of people in the democracy hate you, they obviously won't respect your rights. And they will vote in ways that don't help you. Because you as the minority don't have enough voice, you know?
it's like the difference between equality and equity. Equality is giving everyone a bike. Equity is giving everyone something that is equivalent of a bike, but according to their needs, you know? So democracy is like equality. It gives everyone equal rights to voting, but because some groups are more big than others, they obviously get more power because they have more votes. Which at the same time can be good when those people don't have harmful ideas, but it also can be bad if majority of those groups has harmful ideas. You know what I mean? Exactly, there is no perfect form of government. What's wrong? Are you alright? I felt this before. The same thing happened to me in Aira's and Tricky's hard disks. Something nearby is corrupted by static, whatever. Yeah, there are too many examples of that in history. Exactly. You never know when someone harmful comes to power. Like, people often forget that Mr. Adolf, let's call him that, Mr. A, didn't came to power in forceful way. I today actually saw a video about that his party was actually doing poorly. He was getting like 2%, measly percentage in Germany at the time. But then the crisis hit, economic crisis, and suddenly people started looking for other options and looked at his party. And he was apparently campaigning economy, that he will change economy and that he will change the tax system for the better, whatever. Like our Nazi party in my country. They're doing exactly the same. And then somehow he gained enough votes, not enough to take over completely, but enough to create a coalition of power. And when he did, he started slowly dismantling everything that was created to stop people like him from abusing his power. So he used the democratic system to take over democracy and dismantle it from inside. And you would think that we would learn something from that, but apparently we didn't. Nobody learned this. But maybe we should put something in place, some kind of, I don't know, protective measures so Nazis would never be able to take power again. Nobody came up with that. Well, apparently Germany says that they have something like that, but considering the recent elections and which party was getting a lot of votes, I am starting to doubt that this system works. As they search the area, Discboom notices an old cassette tape in the peeling corner of the wall. Does it belong to Bryn and Sieg? Looks like a regular tape to me, but it just feels off. As Discboom leans in for a closer look, blue static suddenly bursts out. Blue static! Just as I thought, their hard disks have been corrupted. Discboom picks up the tape. The instant she touches it, countless fragments of memories flash before her. On a rainy night, a young man with no memory sits in despair on filthy Starway. A girl with no home stops in front of him, holding an umbrella. Why that scene sounds familiar? I feel like I saw it in another medium, in another story. This is the day of their first encounter. Disbom sees Sig teaching Bryn how to play the guitar, carefully choosing a pick for her. Though not good with words, Sig feels deep gratitude toward the girl who saved him from the streets. She sees them living and creating music in a tiny bar, their bond growing. She watches their peaceful days play out until she sees Sig being taken away by the shadows and lose control of himself. Agonized screams tear apart the warm memories, for Sig has ended up hurting the only family he has ever known. Disbom gasps for air, overwhelmed by waves of memories and tangled emotions, tears streaming down her cheeks. The urge to escape, to stay away, to avoid hurting Bryn, Sig struggles. His guilt and his pain crash down on Disbom like a tidal wave of suffering. Are you okay, Disbom? I'm fine. Such complex emotions. I don't know Sig kept so much to himself. Didn't know. Disbom tries to hold back her emotions and manages a weak smile at Boom Boom. Then she purifies the corrupted cassette tape with her divine power and inserts it into her turntable. This must be one of his most precious memories. Let's give it a try. Maybe it will help bring their memories back. Okay. Familiar music flows from the turntable. Unlike most of Zig's and Bryn's songs, their playing sounds hesitant and youthful. Disbom smiles for she recognizes it as the classic opening song from their set and the first piece Bryn ever wrote with Sig's help. Yeah, it's hard because if people start suppressing a group, even if it's a negative group, it opens the door for abuse. Like, what if a minority is labeled a negative group? So we are forced to respect the rights of horrible people, so that the regular people feel that their rights are being respected too. Yeah, exactly like the rights, for example, against indecency, you know? Like, they are often applied to queer community for no reason. They are used as an excuse. And because we didn't figure out how to stop people from abusing those laws, we had to tone them down. Because if we don't, they will be abused. But at the same time, I think there should be some kind of way to, you know, stop fascism, like fascist ideas, from circulating. Like, there must be some kind of way to set the criteria in a way that would not hurt regular people, but would stop harmful ideologies from getting traction. And sadly, because we have social media like we have now, before social media were mostly like you were looking for stuff yourself, you were following people, you were getting their content, but now social media are more algorithm driven, so they feed you content, and it's very easy to fall into rabbit holes because you're fed certain content in ways that algorithm thinks. And there are certain places that are weirdly connected to fascist ideologies. For like, you may think that some topic is innocent, but it's connected to a fascist rabbit hole. So if you watch enough videos in that topic, you will inevitably start getting fascist content soon. Like, apparently, when you make an account, for example, on TikTok, as a 16-year-old boy, first content that will be given to you will be fascist content. And because it's all bot induced, because everyone wants to cut the cost, because capitalism, instead of real people checking this content and, you know, dealing somehow with it, you have a bunch of bots that check the content for keywords. And the bots often don't understand the difference between a person who tries to teach others about the evils of fascism from actually fascist video. So I guess the algorithmization of social media is part of the problem, because that algorithm is just a machine. It doesn't think. It's not a human. And it made people kind of accustomed to being fed content instead of looking for stuff on their own. You're fed ideas that reinforce your own way of thinking too, because it means you will look at more content, so you begin to think that your way of thinking is normal, and that anyone who thinks differently is wrong. Yeah. Though sometimes on TikTok you can get on different sides of TikTok, so to speak. Like, I sometimes get videos like, hey, please help me, I got on the wrong side of TikToks and I am getting only hateful comments right now. And usually I get like those videos from queer people. So I suspect the other is also possible, that the people who don't like certain things sometimes get the content they dislike, which could have positive impact on them if they were in the space of mind to actually engage with it in a positive way instead of negative way, because they often just post negative, hurtful, harmful comments instead of actually watch it and think about it and look at another person as another human being and maybe rethink their values, you know? Like, I watched a documentary a few years ago. It was about how to antagonize, like how there was like a war in that documentary shown, and the person was going to one side of the war and the other side of the war to listen to the sides. And what the conclusion of the documentary was that the propaganda that the other side is not people, that they can be attacked, killed and stuff because they're worse than human, like they are cockroaches or bugs, whatever, was the source of why people were more likely to not feel empathy toward the other side. But the moment when they were forced to interact with each other in a way that confronted them with the idea that the other side is full of people exactly like them, with families, hobbies, the same problems, it kinda made some of them realize that the propaganda was trying to dehumanize the other side in their eyes. And the same is happening online. Like, people are fed propaganda that the other group are not humans. But at the same time, when we try to put those groups in the same room, we often, by accident, give platform to harmful ideologies to spread, which is wrong. Because when people watch two people debating each other, one right wing and one left wing, inevitably there's the right wing spread their ideas further, so more people sees them and can say, oh, I like this, you know, which is not what the point of the video is. The point of the video should be showing that we are all people, and I feel like for example, the situation with Luigi Mangione was one of the situations that actually had the potential to show people that we are all the same. Because in America, it actually united right-wingers and left-wingers everyone, because they all had the common enemy, which was the predatory system of healthcare in America. They all agreed on something for once. And it was not about the common enemy, it was about common struggle. Like the class struggle. Like they realized that they have the same issues and that the people on the right and the people on the left have the exact same problem. The exact same issues, and it kinda united them in that singular instance. So maybe there is like some kinda hope still in endeavors that show others that we are all human and we all deserve rights and respect. And maybe there is a way to make people unlearn the ideas that because your faith or your opinion says that you can forbid something for others, it doesn't actually mean that you can. Like Christianity tries to outlaw a lot of things, and it's not actually right to do that. They don't have such right, and they should learn that this is not a right that they should have. They can't just outlaw things for other people based on their religion. They can follow it themselves if they wish, but they can outlaw it for everyone. So they have to understand that other people live their own lives according to their own rules. And there is nothing wrong with that. But not everyone needs to be a Christian. But not being a Christian doesn't mean you're evil. As the song ends, this boom notices someone at the bar's entrance. Sig! Though Sig remains quiet, this boom sees that his expression is no longer cold and distant. Where is Bryn? Thank goodness Sig has come to his senses. I'll take you to her. Spend Rave coin 5000 in Discord and Beats to unlock. Okay, where are Discord and Beats? Shop. The fuck? This is not fun. You know, there were like two parts of the story, and I thought that this previous part will have the same currency. That the shop will be the same. So I was doing the trials there and earning the coins. And I was supposed to use them in shop. But it looks like the shop closed. And I still got access to the store because the shop was closed. And now I have to do this all over again to earn different coins? Jeez. It's annoying. I really thought that the shop will be the same through both parts. This late team is starting to annoy me.
I just thought of something really good.
Like recently they started a gatekeeping story behind weird mechanics in new events, when before they never done that. First they started gatekeeping behind points, now they started the gatekeeping behind a currency that you need to use in a shop. And what's next? At least this currency is fairly easy to earn. But it looks like the previous shop disappeared and the game assumed that I wasted all those coins. I had like 60,000 of them. And I didn't use them because I was keeping them for this part. I thought it will be the same coin. The same currency. I guess the shop closed and assumed that I wasted all those coins.
I just thought of something really good. I just thought of something really good.
At least this is quick.
Mission complete.
But I didn't predict that there will be anything stopping us from continuing to do the story. Because I specifically earned that coin
Something really good.
to have it now. And now I am so pissed off. They should have transferred the coins to this stage too. By all virtues and purposes, those are two parts of the same story. Why two different shops?
This is the way of the warrior.
Holy crap, Zora in the Big 25, respect. What does it mean in the Big 25?
This is the way of the warrior.
I'm sorry, I'm not really into the meta. I don't really know the slang. I just play for story.
Infiltration successful. Infiltration successful. Fade into the darkness.
I meant the person using Zora in 2025 is shocking and actually doing damage too, lol. I mean, I got her fairly recently, to be honest. I don't remember when I got her actually. She's actually doing decent damage. She's one of my strongest characters.
Mission complete.
But I don't really have strong characters. I was struggling with doing the previous update. I couldn't really progress the event. I tried everything. I tried stacking AP, and no matter what I did, I couldn't defeat the second stage boss. I just kept doing the first stage boss for the points, so I could do the story and be free.
Mission complete.
And now I'm also earning points because it turns out that the second phase has different shop and different coins, and I'm annoyed because I had 60,000 of the previous coins and I thought that the shop will be the same, but no, why?
Infiltration successful. Life is a game.
We need 5,000 coins to continue and then 10,000 coins to continue.
Fade into the darkness.
I don't know if it's possible. Depends. We'll see
Mission complete.
how many coins we'll get from this. Going level by level. Last time I needed to do it through several days.
What do you think of this?
I wanted to finish the story today. That's not fair.
I just thought of something really good. What can you do?
Yes, so when it comes to characters, I am only getting the ones I like. Sometimes I get characters that I wanted for a long time, like Zora. She popped out
This is the way of the
from some random echo usage. I liked her, so I leveled her up.
This is the way of the warrior.
But she's not, I feel like she's not as strong, because when I was doing the previous event, I was doing most of the event stages with Zora and Intisar, but then at the end for the boss I was switching for Gaius, who technically is less strong than my Zora, but I guess he was better equipped for the boss. I don't know how that works. I am not into meta. I don't care about meta. I don't care about numbers.
Fade into the darkness. Infiltration successful.
We are getting 100 points every stage, and we are on level 26, so we should have 2,600 points by now.
Fade into the darkness. Infiltration successful.
What do you think of this?
I also don't have materials, so a lot of new characters I got, I can't use them because I can't level them up. I mean, I can level them up till level 50, and then I lack materials to push them to level 60, so you know. Issues.
Life is a game.
Okay, that was level 27. And we got 2,500 points from this. Now we could do Blitz to earn more coins. Oh, level 28 got unlocked. Sometimes they get unlocked if you do at least one blitz, and then sometimes they need more. I just need 5,000 coins.
Infiltration successful.
You're listening to Dislyte X Hertz Radio.
Dislyte X Hertz Radio.
Oh, level 29. Maybe we'll get level 30 today. But it's still annoying because when we unlock the next part of the story with using 5,000 coins, then we will get stopped again. And it will ask us for 10,000 coins.
Infiltration successful.
Which is annoying. Why did I slave my life in the previous stage for all those coins? Why did I got 60,000 of them if I can't use them now? This is cheating. I feel cheated.
Life is a game.
The only plus is that I wasn't barred from doing the story. Because, like I said, for some reason the game assumed that I used all of my 60,000 coins in the shop before it disappeared.
Maybe I'm a little too shy. I was trying to be the wise guy. Sight of you under the moonlight. It's running all over my mind. Now it's darkest than it's real light. You took me over to the bright side. It's not to tell you how it feels like.
And I don't have enough of those. Because it unlocks daily. And it's annoying because it stops my progress and I can't finish the story. Okay, we wasted at least 5,000 coins. Oh, but the reverb stayed the same. Why? Feel attacked. Personally attacked. This will take forever. And this one is probably similar to the previous version. Yeah, I had issues with doing this one, but it gives a lot of coins. I don't know if I can do it though. I don't have really that strong characters, to be honest. Okay, Fear Incarnate. The trio returns to the stage, now empty of its audience. Bryn stands alone, muttering to herself. I've got this. I can do it. I can do this on my own. This is bad. She is completely overwhelmed by her negative emotions. Bryn strums her guitar in agitation, producing discordant noise. Disc Boom winces as the emotional disturbance gives her a splitting headache. Waves of fear and anxiety swallow the stage, shaking the ground. The three struggle to their feet, stunned by the sight. Countess Sonika. What's Countess Sonika doing here? That's not the real Countess. It's a manifestation of Bryn's deepest fear. Have to wake her up, now. Sieg strides onto the stage, hurrying over to Bryn. I'm sorry I took so long, Bryn. I wasn't strong enough to stop them from taking Sieg away. It wasn't your fault. I wasn't strong enough to rescue him before the shadows took control of his mind. Bryn, can you hear me? My weakness is why Sieg keeps his distance. He must be disappointed in me. What? No, you could never disappoint me. This is bad. Bryn is out of it. She can't hear Sieg at all. What do we do? It's exactly like with Eira. We had purified the source, but still. Oh. Disc Boom inserts the cassette tape into her turntable and starts mixing, but Bryn doesn't react at all. Ugh. Countess Sonika's piercing static noise drowns out Disc Boom's music as the trio struggles to stay upright. Wake up, Bryn! Come back to us! Sieg keeps calling out, but Countess Sonika's interference blocks all sound from reaching Bryn. Disc Boom gathers up her courage and reaches for her headphones, only for Boom Boom to grab her hand. What do you think you're doing? The Digi world is filled with divine wave static. You won't survive without your headphones. Disc Boom gestures to Boom Boom reassuringly and takes off her headphones, placing them gently on Bryn. The noise in Bryn's world dies down in an instant. She slowly comes to her senses, her eyes light up, and she begins to hear the melody coming from the turntable. Is this the first song Sieg and I wrote? Fear, anxiety, and restlessness melt away, replaced by peace and warmth, just like those times at the bar. Thank you, Disc Boom. Bryn removes the headphones from her and places them gently back on Disc Boom. Battered by Countess Sonika's noise, Disc Boom can barely stand, but she manages a faint smile. Try to recover your strength. Leave the Countess to Sieg and me. Alright. You gotta be quick. You got it. Bryn grabs her guitar, Sieg nods at her, and they charge toward Countess Sonika. Battle! Battle-la-la, battle-la-la-la, battle-la-la-la-la, ba-la-la-la-la. Rock and roll is not dead. Let's see what his ability is about. Attacks all enemies, damage 180 attack. Triggers poison, bleed and echo scar on the target for 1 turn. Won't reduce the duration of each effect. Passive, immune to sleep, petrification and disease. Nice. Healing efficacy plus 50%. Inflicts 1 stack of echo scar on the target for 2 turns after every attack and applies 1 extra stack of echo scar on the attacker for 2 turns when counter-attacked. Echo Scar, undispellable. Each stack reduces the target's attack and defense by 3%. At the end of the target's turn, they take damage equal to the number of stacks multiplied by 30% of Sieg's attack. Able to critically hit and restore HP to Sieg equal to 20% of damage dealt. Lasts 2 turns, max 10 stacks.
Turn it up.
Wait, I didn't want to click it, I wanted to read it. Dragonfire Amplifier. Gains absorb and recovery for 2 turns. Attacks all enemies, damage 120% attack, then dispels immunity from all enemies. If Seek is deployed in the second leftmost position, grants all allies Dragon Breath for 2 turns. If cadence stacks are maxed, reduces all ability cooldowns by 1 turn after casting. Passive. When cast, if Raging Finale is not on cooldown, cast Raging Finale 1 extra time. Dealing damage restores HP. Attack plus 50%. Attacks trigger at 1 turn damage effect from Echo Scar on the target. Won't reduce the duration of Echo Scar. Grants Seek 1 stack of cadence. At the start of each turn, heals the buffed Esper for 50% max HP. Hives up the atmosphere, max 20 stacks. This effect won't be removed upon death. I wanted to read that one too. Hey. Attacks one enemy, damage 80% attack. Standing by you. Phew, it's finally over. How are you feeling? Seek crouches down, offering a hand to the breathless Bryn. She hesitates for a moment before standing on her own. I'm fine, how did I do just now? You did great, why? I don't ever want to drag you down. I've always relied on you, but I would like to be someone you can count on. You have never dragged me down. But you have been avoiding me ever since you were rescued from the shackled miracle. Had I been stronger, I could have saved you from the shadows sooner. You don't say it, but deep down you must think of me as a burden. No, you're wrong. I never thought of you as a burden, nor have I been avoiding you for that reason. Really. My actions put you in grave danger. I don't ever want you to become a target again. I just don't want to burden you with my past. But we are friends. Friends are supposed to help one another. When you were planning to infiltrate the Shadows lab, I wanted to help you search for your past, but you shut me out. You have already done a lot for me. But I am stronger now. I promise you that I will be of use this time. Bryn, you don't have to prove your worth to me. With you and our new friends, I am a happy man. Really. Your eyes sometimes say different. My past no longer troubles me as much as it once did. Dwelling on it would only bring me pain. Seek pats Bryn on the shoulder and she finally seems to relax. Let's look forward to the future, Bryn. Okay. Finally, they resolve their issues. The blue static in the Digiworld fades away, and the hard disk rings out with a harmonious melody. Nearby, this boom catches her breath. Her vision is blurred, but she pushes herself to her feet. She is gasping. Looks like we are all wrapped up here as well. Let's get you back to the real world. You have reached your limit. Yeah. This boom opens her eyes and finds herself at the center of the stage. Bryn and Sig lie unconscious nearby, not far from Eira, who is also collapsed on the floor. Eira? I thought she had left already. Maybe she's trying to deliver a message. I don't see Tricky anywhere. Boom Boom helps this boom to her feet. They realize the members of the audience are unconscious too. Well, I wondered how they are going to explain this to the audience. What happened? It must have been the shockwave from the crystal blaze. This boom recalls seeing the man in black discreetly raise the crystal blaze as Bryn and Seek took the stage. And now the crystal blaze sits just below the stage, steps away from them. Someone creeps toward it. It's the man in black! Ha ha ha! Not on my watch! This boom rushes toward the crystal blaze. The moment she touches the artifact, her divine power synchronizes with it. The massive Nexus crystal within resonates with her power, causing her DJ console to spin on its own, unleashing erratic melodies. What's happening? The divine waves around the stage become amplified, causing an intense surge that overwhelms and knocks this boom unconscious. Okay. Again? And now we have to spend 10,000 coins. Okay, who is enemy here? Most of those people have characters I don't.
If I go too crazy, won't you come and save me? I don't know how long I can go. Taking it slow.
Can try this. I don't know. I suck on meta. I don't know how they will do it. I just kept swapping them for elemental advantage.
Not an arrow wasted.
Are you winning, son? I don't know. You got this. I believe in you. I mean, I often also forget which character is which type. I forget who is fighter, who is defender, who is support, who is controller.
This is the way of the warrior.
What can you do?
Nice. We won so many coins in one. Now we need to waste them in the shop. Let's see if the story unlocked. Yes, it did! I suspect that the 8th part and 10th part may also be behind a paywall. Let's call it a paywall because it is a paywall. This boom wakes up in total darkness. Where am I? Am I back in the Digi world or am I dreaming? Boom Boom, can you hear me? Having adjusted to the dimness, this Boom realizes there is no one else in the room. Boom Boom? She hears nothing but the echo of her voice. Boom Boom isn't here. Looks like I'm on my own. This Boom removes her headphones and the world suddenly goes silent. Ugh. It feels a bit strange. I've had them on for so long, I can barely remember what it feels like without them. Thanks to the divine waves, I haven't taken them off outside in ages. This Boom shakes her head and rubs her ears. Could this be dangerous? Meredith did tell me I had to wear them in the presence of divine waves. How reckless of me, I'm not usually like this. This Boom puts her headphones back on and silence returns once more. Yeah, this is better. Wandering aimlessly, this Boom notices a pitch black door at the far end of the room. Sus. Could Boom Boom be there? Don't you find the black door, sus? She takes a deep breath and pushes the door open. A burst of white light engulfs her. No shit. Is this the Union lobby? Where is everyone? As the main lounge and reception area of Esper Union Tower, the lobby is staffed around the clock and almost never empty. Disboom paces through the lobby, searching every corner. There's still ice in a drink on the bar, next to a half-eaten burger. The arcade machines are still powered on. Weird, everything suggests that people were just here. Where did everyone go? The melting ice clinks in the glass, startling Disboom. She turns around but finds still no one inside. Feeling as if she is the last person left in the world, a wave of fear creeps over Disboom. No, this must be a nightmare. This can't be the real world. Stop overthinking, Disboom. Don't let fear take over. Disboom opens door after door, running through every corner of Esper Union Tower, but fails to find a single person anywhere. The world is silent. Disboom stands at the heart of it all, overwhelmed, drowning in loneliness. That's sad. Sad and suspicious. Sorry, I'm eating some snacks. Master of the DG World. In the real world, Sig, Bryn, and Eira regain consciousness after being hit by a massive divine wave. Weren't we just performing? What happened to me? Damn it, I'm too late. The cavalry is on its way, we just need to hold on a little longer. Something must have gone wrong in the DG world. What happened? Disboom told me that someone has been deliberately corrupting hard disks in the DG world, and that this person was here at the Burning Beat Fest. Now that you mention it, I did see a creepy guy in the crowd pull something out during our performance. Wait, Disboom is still over there! As they approach Disboom, a man steps in front of them. Didn't think you lot would still be standing. I'm honestly impressed. Who is there? Oh, I've been too focused on entertaining the audience that I had forgotten to introduce myself. Oh, finally. The man in black pulls back his hood, revealing flamboyant blue hair. Ah, I was wondering who that guy was, because he is on the event picture. Pindar. The name is Pindar. I'm a true artist. Orpheus. Okay. I have to Google that one. Because I know the name Orpheus. I low-key remember something, but it's like ringing in the wrong church. Orpheus is a character in the game Hades. No shit. Because he's from Greek mythology, that's why. Give me a second, I'm opening Wikipedia. Maybe that's where you hear the name. Yes! I heard it in Greek mythology that Hades is based on. In Greek mythology, Orpheus was a Thracian bard, a legendary musician and prophet. He was also a renowned poet and, according to legend, traveled with Jason, or Jason, and the Argonauts in the search of the Golden Fleece, and descended into the underworld to recover his lost wife, Eurydice. Yeah, Orpheus and Eurydice is one of the most common told stories from Greek mythology. The major stories about him are centered on his ability to charm all living things and even stones with his music, the usual scene in Orpheus' mosaics. His attempt to retrieve his wife Eurydice from the underworld and his death at the hands of the Maenads of Dionysus, who got tired of his mourning for his late wife Eurydice. As an archetype of the inspired singer, Orpheus is one of the most significant figures in the reception of classical mythology in Western culture. Portrayed or alluded to in countless forms of art and popular culture, including poetry, film, opera, music, and painting. For the Greeks, Orpheus was the founder and prophet of the so-called Orphic mysteries. He was credited with the composition of a number of works, among which are a number of now lost theogonies, including the theogony commented upon in the Derveni Papyrus, as well as extant works such as Orphic hymns, the Orphic Argonautica, and the Litica. Shrines containing purported relics of Orpheus were regarded as oracles. Wikipedia needs a specific needs to add one more section because they have appearances of Orpheus in classical music, in literature, and in film and stage, but they don't have video games. But you don't need to laugh at me. I was just mentioning where you might have heard in a modern setting. I'm aware that he was from Greek mythology. I thought you forgot. Like recently one of my friends forgot who Achilles was, so I had to explain. So I thought you forgot and just used Hades as the first thing that came to your mind. I wanted to specifically Google him because my first thought wasn't Greek mythology, but the saying that you can be lost in the arms of Orpheus, that is kinda a saying that you are going to sleep. So that was my first thought, and I didn't want to say something wrong, so I decided to Google him to make sure. We also say Achilles ankle? I don't know how it is in English. The weakness, you know. There is a saying that someone, when they have a weakness, they have Achilles, you know. It's fine, thank you for extra information. We were actually Googling last time when there was a character that I couldn't recognize. Because most of the characters in this game have powers from very known mythological gods, but there was one character that was getting powers from a person, that I couldn't from the name say it was a god. And when we googled her, it turned out that she was getting powers from a character from a novel. A very famous novel. Heel. I forgot the word heel for a second. Achilles heel. I will show you in a second. Would need to finish this section so I could show you. But yeah, in this way we learned that Wikipedia doesn't have a section for video games, and they really need it. I didn't play Hades, so I didn't know Orpheus was even there. So that was not my first thought. I know that Hades is in Hades because obviously he is. And there are like countless other people like Thanatos, Aphrodite, like some major god. But Orpheus is not a god, he was a bard. Pindar, I've heard of you. Pindar the crazed musician. The crazed musician? How rude of you. He kinda looks like he's going for the gothic aesthetic, to be honest. Like, he looks like he's an undead with very nice style, I would say. I heard about him back when I was in the orchestra, a musical genius who worked with many troops. But he was egotistical, hard to work with, and infused his music with divine power, causing chaos. He has been off the public radar for years. Yeah, in Hades he is the court musician, at least in the game he is. Yeah, I didn't know he was there. I only heard about Hades, so people mostly talk about the characters that are the most interesting to them, especially the romances. And I don't really like games in which you die a lot and have to do everything again, because it kinda grates on my nerves. They have to do everything again. So that's why I can't play Hades. Hades. He has been off the public radar for years, and now he makes his reappearance here at the Burning Beat Fest. Have you figured it out yet, Sig? How do you know my name? I roam freely within the DG world. It's only logical that I would know your names. Why corrupt our hard disks? Did you really go through all that trouble just to take the crystal blaze? That's fair, it's not for everyone. But it's actually a really nice piece of a video game that could make you learn Greek mythology in a fun and approachable way. I feel insulted, Bren. How could you say something so hurtful? I have my own aspirations as an artist. What are you trying to achieve? Return this boom to us. What I want is to realize my perfect performance. Isn't that what you all want too? Your perfect performance? You ask a lot of questions. Well, I am in a good mood today, so I'll humor you fools. My divine power is similar to that of disc booms. I too can perceive the DG world on hard disks. I only corrupted your hard disks to lure out Disk Boom and clear out potential threats. Namely, you three. Too bad for you, we are still standing. Patience, Bryn. Pindar strokes his keyboard with a wicked grin and glances at the crystal blaze and the unconscious Disk Boom. The crystal blaze, forged from Nexus crystal, naturally amplifies divine waves, meaning it can greatly boost my ability to control emotions. And Disk Boom's power allows free passage between the DG world and reality. Once I capture Disk Boom, I can pull the entire venue into the DG world. Then I will have the perfect stage for my perfect performance. Wow, a villain. Clap. You would merge reality in the DG world? You're out of your mind! Ha 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 ha. Sorry, I wasn't in the mood for evil cackle. No, I know exactly what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I've struck a deal with the guardian of the Sonic Miracle. Fobetor! Correct, Fobetor rules the DG world, but thanks to Disk Boom's ability to purify emotions, his reach is limited. But if I harness her power, I can use it to extend Fovetor's influence far beyond just the DG world. Then we shall have total control over all human emotions. Wow. That's very dangerous villain though. He could basically take over the world. Pindar calmly lays out his deranged plan, leaving the trio in stunned silence. You would work with a miracle guardian and betray all of humanity. Betrayal. What makes you think I'm on your side to begin with? I absolutely, utterly, completely despise humans. What? Now that Disk Boom has synchronized with the Crystal Blaze, I can use her to amplify my power and control all of you. Okay. I guess we are in trouble. As he finishes speaking, Pindar strums his guitar. So does he have a keyboard or guitar? Can you kinda pick the English translation? While laughing maniacally, causing violet static to flood the stage. Oh, that was a good evil laugh. One might think you have had practice. Are you secretly a villain? I can do better. Now I have to scream. I don't know if I have the chords for that. Ah! Eira collapses like a frightened deer. Trembling uncontrollably, Pindar grins in satisfaction and stops playing. Eira regains her composure the moment the music stops. The trio is shaken by the sudden emotional manipulation. I was overwhelmed by fear just now. What happened to me? He seems to be able to manipulate our emotions by playing that instrument. I can do better. What a perfect opening act! Seeing Eira trying to stand up, Pindar coldly plays his keyboard once more. Resistance is futile. No one is coming for you. Reality as you know it has changed. You're on your own while I continue to expand this world. Damn it. Bryn tries to break through the swirling blue static but only manages to pass through the notes. Keep struggling, I love watching you resist and fail. The real show is just getting started. How did you like my maniacal laughter now? Fobetor. Discboom sits alone in an empty room, slowly being consumed by loneliness and emptiness. Sadness, anger, fear, everyone's negative emotions converge upon her. For some reason, she recalls the jazz tune that played on the car radio the day she set off on her journey. Very well done. You would make a good evil genius. Yeah, this is the only thing I can do. I don't know why I'm so good at maniacal laughter. Maybe my ancestor was a villain. It was stupid. Conclusion. Let music fill my soul. Take me somewhere far away. Disboom closes her eyes and hums softly, trying to steady her nerves. Meanwhile, on the burning Beat Fest stage. The unconscious Discboom remains synchronized with the crystal blaze as the DG world begins to merge with reality. A massive eye appears above the stage, looming as it gazes down at everyone. I don't like that it is a massive eye. You know why? Because apparently a massive eye exists in Lovecraftian horror stories. One of the evil gods. And I don't want evil gods to gaze at me. It's the eye of Phobetor. Blue static surges towards Phobetor and swells rapidly as the Miracle Guardian feeds on the pain and fear. More! More! Pinder laughs and strums his guitar, steering everyone's emotions into chaos. The unconscious audience members writhe in pain, while Eira and Bryn remain paralyzed by fear. Sweat drips from Sig's brow as he battles his inner fear, forcing himself up to grab the guitar beside him. Sig strikes a fierce chord, blasting away the blue static, causing Pindar to stare at him in disbelief. How are you still standing? You underestimate the power of French. Did he really just say that? You underestimate the power of our friendship. Let's save the day with the power of friendship. No one wants to be drowned in negativity, but anxiety, pain, and fear are a part of who you are. As powerful as emotions may be, I will not run from a painful past. Ouch, someone has been watching too much anime. I mean, what they usually mean is the power of bonds rather than friendship, the power of humanity, so to speak, because our greatest ability is to connect with other people. But in anime, it usually is like power of friendship. You could also translate it to power of the collective. Very Marxist. I accept my emotions for what they are, and I embrace my true self. You may amplify our negative emotions, but the bonds between us are immune to your tricks. Don't kid yourself. You humans, you're nothing more than slaves to your emotions. Are you not a human, though? Pindar thrashes his guitar, flooding the area with more blue static. Sig, Eira, and Bryn grimace, struggling to resist his control. You're wasting your strength. This is getting pathetic. We will not give up. I don't get it. The miracles bestow upon us divine powers. Why not embrace it and join the celebration? Miramon encroach on our homes more and more by the day. You would call that a celebration? You're insane. Ugh. Pinder plucks his strings of his guitar towards Eira, drowning her words. Seeing Eira collapse in pain, Pinder grins with satisfaction. You humans are the ones who are insane. You enjoy the powers of the miracles while trying to destroy them. Don't you see the contradiction? Don't waste your breath on him. Let's end this once and for all. Perfect. I was just about to ask you to leave the stage. Countess Sonika, I summon thee. Show these fools the true power of emotion. Roar. I'm not going to roar. I'm not good at roaring.
Let these strings lift you high.
As Countess Sonika vanishes, Sig, Bryn and Eira struggle to their feet, gasping for air as they shake off Pinder's control. But as the trio collect themselves, Pinder taps into Fobetor's power to instantly recover his strength. Impossible! Ha, I feed on all your emotions, you have got no chance against me. You're obsessed with the thrill of manipulating emotions, but you have ignored their source. And you used Disboom's sense of responsibility to turn the burning Beat Fest into a farce. I'll never forgive you for that. You're a traitor to humanity. Go on then. Show me your anger. It will only make me stronger. I have the most powerful divine wave amplifier one could ask for. Resistance is futile. Pinder plays his instrument again, taking the lead. Zeke counters by playing his guitar with unwavering defiance. We are getting literally a music beatdown. You will not control us again. This time, we'll save Discboom. Under the relentless impact of the sound waves, Eira and Bryn also push themselves up, each of them grabbing their instrument. Our friendship makes them stand up. Stand up, you are not alone. There's a song like that in my country. Now we need to waste another 10,000 points in the shop to be able to finish the story, which is annoying. Okay. What are enemies for this part? Second part should be fine. Hopefully. I can see they're having issues. That's a lot of cycle. I'm starting to worry that they won't finish it in 50. Because it doesn't matter if you get the stars. Like, the stars is secondary. You get points upon finishing. It's wrong. Enemy HP and defense are significantly increased. Why? That's unfair.
There is no escaping this abyss!
People are dying. Even with 2 healers in a team. That doesn't look good.
Behold, this is real power.
He was defeated. That's not fair. He can't win on his own.
You're listening to Dislyte X Hertz Radio.
Dislyte X Hertz Radio.
Ah, I was supposed to show you the character. Hmm. Just saw her in a lineup and it reminded me about this. No, fuck you, I am not paying.
Dislyte X Hurts Radio.
You've got so many bounty tasks waiting.
Atlas. Esper Gallery. Oh. Eugene has powers of a character called Princess Long G, which is a character from a novel.
A new friend? Hi!
You've got
I don't know if I can finish the story today.
so many.
Wow, she's very pink. Yes, she is. I need to waste another 10,000 points in the shop. But I can't get it because I can't beat this. I don't have most of the characters that other people have. Like when I try to copy, apply, I don't have most of those. Same here. Apply, also 4 to replace. Here even more. And 5 here. Even more here. Well, I guess I'll have to wait to finish the story another time. Because I can't even finish this. And there is no help for battle formations. The enemies are level 80. That's why I struggled last time, because I also could only do this and earn points from this. Annoying. I wanted to finish the story today. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum.
Makes life beautiful.
I'm doing this because if I don't do it right now, I'll forget next time. And this is like a limited 60 pulls on limited type of Esper. This is like the first time I see this type of Esper even in the game. Hi.
Criminals are afraid of the streets at night.
Mister. That was kinda cool, you know. Kinda cool, but also not cool enough. La 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 la.
I wonder which
Ah, it's you.
Oh,
Will I only get those ones? Purple ones? Aha!
You want to work with me? Bring something to the table.
That guy is really full of himself. I don't like him. How many purples are you going to give me? Why do I have to suffer for purples?
just finished another perfect performance.
I forgot she existed. I have her, but I completely forgot I have her. No gold! That's blasphemy. Blasphemana. Blah blah.
Danger is a fair price to pay for inspiration.
My baby. Who would have thought that person with powers of Medea can be so deadly? Oh, this guy again.
I'm here so criminals are afraid of the streets at night.
And now I don't have more to spin. Oh, you can buy them. Oh, you can get them also from this. Nice shoe. Nice shoe. Nice shoe. Purple again. I am fed up of purples. Oh. It's the lady that wears the metal.
Now it's my turn.
Lynn, I always wonder if it's uncomfortable to wear so much metal. I would get next one at 90. That's not fair. That's very not fair. Skipo. Where's my skip button? Then I need one. Skip! Where's skip button? Skipo! You are helpless game. This game is heartless. Skip, 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 skip. I don't need you. What was that? Was it I that clicked it? Purple. I don't want purple. But you can be.
Don't worry. I am well aware of our enemy's movements.
Calypso. Blue. Where are golds when you need them? Not here. $20 spins left. And 10s I could get 5. That's not cool. Give me more. Give me more. Oh, but I don't want to buy it. Why are you tutoring me like this? I don't want blue. I want gold. I want gold. Why are you giving me blues? And I want golds. Asshole. She's asshole move. I'm wasting my precious resources for you, Sig. Are you even worth it? Fuck you. We invested so much already. I don't care at this point. Give me golden light. Give me golden light. I am poor. I need gold in my life. Finally.
Rock's more than music. It's a fight for what you stand for. Ha!
Yay! I wasted my entire life for this. Wait. $21 crystals. Fuck you.
Dislyte Excerpts Radio.
Dislyte Excerpts Radio.
Okay. So we can't finish the story. I got Sig. I guess. There's something I got out of this. But I don't have enough materials to level him up. Probably, last time I checked.
Catch this solo, or drown in the feedback.
What are you even using for his ascension? Ah, you can use every single one? Wait a second. You have to waste 3 times the resources? That's fucked up.
This power's for those I'll fight to protect.
See, I have only 2 of those. This is fucked up. That is predatory. That is truly predatory this time around. Hey, we are introducing new type of Esper. Look at this. Look at this new type of Esper. We will rub you blind. Excuse me? Don't drop me. Well, well, well.
This power's for those I'll fight to protect.
Well, well, well. I feel robbed. My materials that I have not many of them. Completely robbed.
Or drown in the feedback.
Completely robbed. Anyway, thank you for dropping by. And see you tomorrow. Probably. If I don't lose it. If I don't lose my mind. Who I should rate today? Let's see. Let's see who I should rate. Bye bye, thank you for the stream. I hope you enjoyed this game. Though I can see that this game is getting predatory with every update. More predatory than it used to be. I mean, it was far less predatory than most gacha games, but now each update I am kinda scared. It scares me what I see.
Dislyte Excerpts Radio.
Dislyte Excerpts Radio.
Okay. Say hi to Serafina from me. And see you tomorrow. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. I sound as if I was dead inside. Maybe I am. Maybe gacha sucked my spirit out.